Being alone does not mean you're lonely, and being lonely does not mean you're alone. Sometimes strength comes in knowing you're not alone. You are not alone. God understands what you're going through, and He promises to be with you every trial of life. My name is Angel, and this is Have Faith, Let It Begin. Episode number 113, entitled, Believe. Hello everyone, and welcome to another episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. My name is Angel. Folks, we are just getting ready for the holiday season. I think you're going to hear me say that more and more as we get closer. A lot of things have been happening. As I was driving home the other day, I saw my first house with Christmas lights up. A lot of you would say, wow, that's way too soon. I don't think so. I think if you feel the joy and if you feel the spirit, there's no reason why you can't put certain things up. Now, don't get me wrong. I'm not talking about putting it up in like September and October like the stores are. But, maybe the second week, third week of November, I'm okay with that. I think it's good. And I know for myself, with the baby on its way, and I'm always afraid that I'm not going to have time to put things up. I actually did the no-no. Everything is pretty much up in my house. The only thing, though, that is lit at times at night is my tree because I think it's just so pretty. But other than that, the lights that are on the outside of my house are ready to go, and only when I turn it to the timer and flip the switch will, allow that to move forward. So, why am I talking about all this? We're getting into the year, the spirit of, the holidays, and as we're getting close and close, we're seeing a lot more people become slightly depressed, slightly miserable, and I shouldn't say slightly, right? Miserable is miserable and depressed is depressed, but they're starting to get sad. And this time of year is very, very difficult for me because I want to try to make everybody smile. And sometimes it's just a little too impossible. A little too impossible to do that. That was my microphone, sorry. I wish I had the ability to just snap my fingers and make the world a better place. I'm sure all of us, if we had that power, would do it. But I guess in hindsight, what we're trying to do is we're trying to put a smile on someone's face one at a time. One at a time. I feel like I've been doing that, especially with my friend Brian. As many of you may know, we set up a GoFundMe page for him. It hasn't gone very well, I'll be very honest. I really thought that people would be able to help, and I get it. Listen, everybody struggles. I'm not even trying to advocate for him and for all of you to give money. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying that it was a little bit of an eye opener for him and myself, and and I said, listen, a lot of people are struggling. Some people just can't give at this time, and that's okay. But look how great God works. Right now we're in the process of redoing his apartment, and his cats have to get neutered, and we reached out to some people, and it's amazing how the good comes out in some of us. These companies that we're working with to help him re-renovate his apartment, meaning we have to get it up to par, to be very frank, because if he doesn't, he could lose his he's not on a lease anymore because he's unfortunately behind on his rent, but he can lose his status as a tenant, and they want his apartment up to par, and in order to do that, we have to get his cats neutered, and we have to move into the right direction. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to put too much of his information out there. But by doing that, I was able to call a couple businesses, and they were willing. I didn't even tell them what we were doing. They knew that I was paying for somebody that was in a financial situation, in a rut, and they were so quick to tell me that they would be willing to help cut the cost down for the neutering. So I told them I would do this. I want to give a big shout out to Tara. That's T.A.R.A. They're a company that neuters pets and animals, and They went above and beyond to cut our costs down to assist Brian and his animals. If you don't know much about them, I'm going to put the description and the links below. I'm very impressed with their organization and their customer service. In addition, the company that's coming to clean his apartment for cleaning that I'm going to be paying for both of these things also cut the cost down as well. That company I have yet to get permission to advertise, so I can't put that on there. But the purpose of this whole episode is not for you to feel bad for Brian. He's actually in good spirits. He has his faith, and he didn't have that 4 years ago. But it's the fact that I'm noticing that there are a lot of people out there that are feeling down. So here's the message for today. You're not alone. God is with you. I've been saying this for over 100 episodes. We will battle storms. There will be obstacles that come our way. There will be opportunities that present itself. Always take a step back. Think about the choices that you make. Remember that you are not alone. And if you feel that you are alone, reach out to this show. Put out your name if you feel like it. We will pray for you. And you watch how God works his magic around you. I'm a firm believer that you have to have a little bit of faith. You have to want to believe that there are good in this world. It is the evil that try to sneak up and steal your joy. It is the evil that will do anything they can to make you believe that there's nothing to believe in. And I'm here to tell you that's not the case. We are not alone. We don't have to do things by ourselves. And yes, many skeptics and many people out there will always say and use the same phrase. If there's a lot of good out there or upstairs, why do so many negative things happen to so many good people? That is always the number one question. I wish I could answer that for you, but I can tell you what I believe. Things happen for a reason. We cannot explain it. We cannot predict it. But God has a plan. And sometimes we were meant to be on this earth for a purpose. And the purposes may not be longer than we'd like them to be. But while we're here, while we do what we have to do, we share our treasures and our gifts with others so that they can move on and share theirs as well. But I know this for sure. One day, we will all meet again. One day, we will be in paradise. And you know, a lot of times when I say things like this to certain people, when they ask me, and they don't think that's good enough, they feel like it's a fairy tale. I always say this. Why would you knock something that is so good? Why would you want to say to me, that's rubbish, that's just full of fairy tales, that's not even true? Okay, let's just stop for a second and assume, big word, assume, in quotes, that person was right. What do you want to think? What do you want to believe? That the world is bad? That the world is evil? That everything is just made out of misfortune? That we're all going to just wake up one day, grow old, be miserable, and die? What is wrong with having a little bit of faith? What is wrong with reading something that has been around for centuries? Why is it that the Bible is the number one selling book in the world and will always be? Why do miracles happen? Why is it that when good things happen to good people, even those who are struggling, even those that maybe was not a good person but have seen the way and have moved to brighter pasture? God is everywhere. God is good. God doesn't make mistakes. He is the biggest shield that you will ever have. He will take the shots that come your way, the daggers, and shield them from you. Maybe it doesn't happen overnight. Maybe your prayers don't get answered right away. Maybe things happen that you don't want them to, but later on, something good comes from something that's bad. Believe, because with Him and through Him, everything is possible. And that's all I wanted to tell with you today. That's all I wanted to share with each and every one of you, because something told me to share that message today. For Have Faith, Let It Begin. My name is Angel. God bless you. We hope you enjoyed this episode of Have Faith, Let It Begin. Just wanted to give you an update as to everything that's going on as we get closer and closer to the birth of my daughter. It's my first child, and it's the first time I will experience something, and I want to share it with the world. So make sure you subscribe to our show. Make sure you have notifications standing by, because when we do give birth to our daughter, I'm going to bring you live in so that you can share in this moment with me. I have faith in the show, and I have faith in all of you, and I want to share my moment with each and every one of you. For Have Faith, Let It Begin, my name is Angel. God bless you. Cross your fingers. It may happen this week.